everyone, and welcome back to War in the Pacific Admirals Edition, where I'm the Allies, um, kind of a smattering of different powers, the most powerful of which is the United States. The other nations, well, China has these Dutch subs, I'm telling you, not perform. Look at this. Okay, we got one. All right, and this is a tanker unescorted. Crazy. How many torpedoes did we miss? Um, who knows? Yeah, that sinks. So, he's taking another island. Um, so what I was saying is basically, we got China, of course, is 100% in. United States is, I don't know, 50, 40, 60% in. But especially with Navy, like the vast majority of their Navy is over here. But you got countries like Britain, which is heavily involved in the fight against um, Germany, so their contribution is limited. But Australia probably close to 100%. I know some of their troops were involved in North Africa and so forth. Anyway, the point is we've got kind of a crazy collection of countries fighting against one, Japan. They're a formidable foe, though, even by themselves. And I lied. I lied yesterday. I'm not capping this just yet. Our fight, we still have one fighter sitting here under repair. Frustrating because it's taken about 3 or 4 days to repair 1 day's worth of damage. But it does say it's an estimated amount of time left to repair, um, and we'll survive. We'll pull it off tomorrow. That is if it's repaired then. That's not bad. Although he may have more bombers coming in. Uh, yeah, he does have more bombers coming in. Here we go. All right, flying in. See what we can hit. All right, nothing. Clear sky. Clear sky. Third tank division. Well, we'll rattle them a little bit, right? Yeah, my Beaufort 8s were set to naval attack only, so I thought, well, if they can reach, and they can, why not do for a secondary mission to bomb? They carry two 500-pound bombs each, so it's not a significant contribution, but it's something. We'll take the contribution. This is thunderstorms. We're not doing very much here. That's unfortunate. I'm resting my heavies over here in the South Pacific because I want to bomb. I want to get these airfields up so I can bomb Ponape. I don't think I'm in range to bomb Truck until I take Kavieng or something. But this is a pretty good hit. We're hitting Kapang again because it was repaired enough that it needed to be targeted again. Okay, it's the afternoon. Let's see what he's gonna do. I think pretty much everything I had set to go win. Oh, dive bombers. We still have our vengeances that need to bomb there in Burma. I don't know if they'll go or not. We'll see. There we go. It's moderate rain now. Ooh, that's not good. 5 total hits. But we got 31 B-25s. Wow, terrible. 2 hits. Here's another Ponape bombing. Oh, that's right. um, I was thinking about bombers coming from Mealy. I forgot about the ones coming from here, where the ones from Mealy won't reach, or yeah, because they're. It's a long story. I can talk about this um, at the end of next turn. But yeah, we got pretty good hits. I'm trying to knock out some of his auxiliary aircraft, but it looks like he might have gotten them out. And we lost a B-25. That's unfortunate. At least one, but probably one. Yeah, he's reconning me up there. I'm not real thrilled with it. All right, the usual bombardments there. Okay, we're wrapping up the turn, and we will see what we get for reinforcements, and then we'll just jump right into April 30. Not enough happened to really talk about anything, so we'll just jump right in. Got some upgrades here, and then we'll go from there. Okay, destroyer at least, some cargo ships. Ooh, Y Force and X Force, cool. Not bad. Okay. Ooh. Okay, we're back here on April 30, 1943. Okay, he took Car Nicobar. Um, I need to plan an operation over there. Um, I have some ideas. If I have, if I remember first, if I have time, we'll go around and talk about our opportunities to get back into, say, like Port Blair, places that they're in the Indian Ocean. I have some thoughts. Okay, so we're striking. Oh, actually, I don't know what I'm doing today. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm capping down here. I do know that. Woohoo! We don't have a lot of fighters here, but hopefully we have enough to chase these Oscars away. Okay, so these are the lowest flying aircraft. The goal was to put the higher gun rating against the bombers. But the Oscars, which are flying at 20K, why are they going after my Warhawks? That's frustrating. These guys are up higher. These are at I think at the 20K that the Oscars fly. These are at 25K. I'm not sure why at least these guys aren't involved first. I'm a little bit frustrated at that. All right, I'm gonna skip this. It's annoying. And so we lose multiple aircraft because of that. See he's flying it at 22, and then he's diving down to 15. When we have someone at 20 and someone at 25, I don't know. That's just annoying. It's annoying. Here's what I mean. It's I I'm happy for my opponent. You know, I'm not thinking I have to win every battle, ground, air, and naval. What's frustrating to me is the mechanics there that his that now my cap is swept from the sky simply because they decide that the sweep will attack the lower stuff. And of course, he has more fighters than usual. I'm going to skip this also because it looks like it's going to be another bad. Uh... And then, of course, yeah, we have nothing left. How did he know? How did he know? All right, 23, 27. I don't think we're going to get any of these, but let's go. Well, we took out, I guess, 2 Helens. All right, well, um, I don't know. I guess from now on, I'll just put them all at the same altitude. You know, you think, well, if I do um, tiered cap, then that's best for maximizing the abilities of these aircraft. And then you see something like this turn, and you're like, never mind, we'll just go all at the same altitude. I think we're going after Tavoy tomorrow. Yeah, I'm just knocking these air raids out. These are just repeats, repetitious from the last few months, probably. Nothing new. Oh, wow. Nice. Nice flak accuracy there. Okay, unfortunately, we did not take out any of his auxiliary aircraft at Ponape. However, he pulled them back. Now, he has long-range aircraft, but the chances of spotting are a bit reduced the further out you go. And this is a Dutch sub. I don't even know what to say. Might just retire all the Dutch subs. Um, so the fact that he pulled away from Ponape means he has less likelihood of watching snooping on us at Kusai. All right, Millie is all fully upgraded, so we're just throwing some forts up. So, Bassine fortification size 4. I'm gonna probably turn that off now. Um, yeah. All right. All right, I'll take a few minutes to show you around the map a bit. Um, give you any updates that seems important. All right. Um, I don't know about you all, but I find this interesting. What we're getting this month. So we're going to be starting to produce SBD fives. I think they don't have the same range as SBD threes. We have some other things coming. That'll be nice. Although, come to think of it, I'm not sure. Just from this here, I'm not sure if they have drop tanks. Okay. um, FM1 Wildcats. Okay. All right. The other thing, let's look at, because it's probably, I don't know if I've ever done this, but this is sorted also by date of arrival. It looks like we've got a 90 millimeter dual purpose gun, and then we produced a few things recently. In April, we got the general grants and so forth. But anyway, nothing that like stands out real strong. Be nice to be able to use these SU-122 assault guns. All right. We did lose 3 aircraft. He lost 3. Oh, sorry. 11. He lost 10. Uh, not the worst ratio I've seen. A lot of Oscars, some Helens. Um, for our side, a lot of Chinese. Well, we lost eight Chinese aircraft to his 8. So 1-to-1. This I'm not going to count this. Well, the Sally could be included, but anyway, we'll just say 8-to-8. That's reasonable. We'll take it. We did lose a B-24. I'll have to replace that and check out some of these others. But the Chinese aircraft, I'm just gonna have to send home. It's unfortunate. Um, Pilots, not bad considering losing 11 aircraft, only 3 pilots. Um, okay. Hmm. Yeah, that little thing. Man, that big tanker would have been amazing to take out. You know what? I should probably take a look at the O-21. Where was it? Maybe yeah. Okay. That's bad enough to go back. I may even have to send it. Yeah, we'll just send it to Perth. Okay. Um, because that's in pretty bad condition, almost at cripple state, but it's fine. We'll just get it back. Man, I can't. I feel like I can't catch a break here. And these Dutch subs, which I will admit did a lot of good work at the beginning of the war, they're just as soon as the American subs start performing, they just turned off their ability to do anything. And we already talked about our British subs that are worth zero. You know what? While I'm here, let me talk about this area here. So I mentioned Port Blair in the while the turn was running because of this Car Nicobar. Um, what I'm thinking is this. I've kind of talked about my thrust in this area. What is this? The Timor Sea, but like, well, Timor and maybe I don't know how much I'm gonna spend, how much energy I'm gonna spend up here because I kind of want to go this way, Ambon, Kindari, and maybe Sarong up Ternate and some of these places. Um, Monado. That'll be nice to have a base there. Especially search aircraft flying up in here, be nice. But what I might do is if I can get a contingent or something, um, some some Australians that are bored, we could take Christmas Island, bring up our carrier fleet and drive up the side here, maybe Sabra um, and drive up into this area. Um, I don't know. I haven't. This is the thing. It was kind of a quick thought I had, so I haven't developed anything real. Um, I have no idea his air capacity in this area, or the reality of um, his air units. But if I could take Dealey, maybe Kapong, I'm not. If I can get Dealey, that's fine. I don't have to have also Kapong. This'll be isolated, trust me. If I can get some dive bombers out here and make sure he can't resupply this, we don't even need to take that. Just take this and keep going. Um, but oh, where I was going is if I can get some heavy bombers here, they can reach. Well, realistically, they can reach out here, which isn't much. So in order to support Christmas Island, um, offensive and further, I would need um, my carriers, and the carriers can just protect the ships, but I don't like using them as much to hit the bases because then I lose a bunch of my aircraft to flak. Although if I need to, I will. Um, But that's where the long range heavy bombers come in handy. If I could reach out to here, but then I have to eventually get Makassar, which is fine. That's a good base. And then I can reach further out, maybe uh yeah, out to here, let's say. And then if he has any air units based here to bomb me out here, then I'll be clearing that out. But then what if he has air units here? Then I have to wait until I'm taken Banjarmassen. Well, so this might be more of a 1944 offensive here. Skirt Sumatra here, and then get up into the Andamans. Yeah. Anyway, that I will definitely put that on the docket to look into further. Um. Well, let's see. Let's take a look at the Marshalls. Same old, same old. See, look at this. We've got two task forces here, neither of which are. What's going on here? Why do I have this guy here? Oh, so I'm gonna drop this off. Why did? Hang on, just a second. See that AMAV, but if I move my cursor over, okay, I see it now. Transfer, drop this off, and yeah. So now I have whole point here is to get some aviation support for our um, Catalinas, and we have up to 24, so we could bring up another. We could bring up these Catalinas, and then I now have 128 that I can use for real aircraft. I'll call them real because they have a punch. Um, ooh, this is 18 hexes. That's too far to do extended range missions. I'll need some more. I'll need some more. I'll need to get at least 5 air capacity before we can bomb from here to truck. All right. Well, yeah, and I lost a B-24D. Let's grab one real quick. Um, I almost jumped from here. I will go to Burma soon. Um, let's see. Really not much to talk about here. I'm just keeping these bases suppressed, including Hollandia, and I am reshuffling my transports, getting them into positions where they can pick up troops. We have a lot of troops here that are scheduled for WEWAC as well as Hollandia. I think I'm going to hit WEWAC first because then I can base aircraft to reach all the places that need to be reached. And that's just far enough for B-24Ds, but the D1s are 1 hex shorter range than that. And then I have several amphibious ships here ready to load up troops. Actually, I don't even know where my troops are yet. Maybe, yeah, we got some Kavieng forces right here. Um, you got plenty of air and aircraft because I want to land here and be protected. um, I'm trying to drive these subs out of here because he can use them as spotters too. Well, so yeah, things are in play. Um, oh, speaking of which, let's see if we can find it. It's way up here. I don't know if you noticed when we were talking about Christmas Island and stuff. I don't know if this was showing up on the screen, but the Wasp is on its way to Australia, but it's gonna be, I don't know. I don't know how many hexes, um, but we'll say roughly 54. That's gonna take us about 6 days, and then we've got some destroyer escorts heading there to rendezvous and then escort the Wasp back to Sydney or Brisbane, and then we'll have another carrier. But I will not wait for this group to get back to Brisbane before I launch my attack. I'm just waiting for these ships, some of these ships, to finish getting repaired. Ignore the ones in the shipyard because those aren't even involved. But like, and of course, support ships aren't. But we got some heavy cruisers, carrier that's almost ready. I may not wait. I don't know for sure. I hadn't done a full analysis. I may not wait for these to be ready. Um, I'll make sure that I'm evaluating what I have access to, and then I think I'm going to pull the trigger. Because also it depends on where my amphibious task forces are, if they're ready, And then I do have my bombardment groups in position. I've got a, um, you know what? Come to think of it, I think my battleships are. I'm gonna have to make sure. Yeah, my battleships are here. I'm probably gonna bring them up here because I want to do this operation here, the Bismarck Sea. I want to hit these three bases before I go into the Timor Sea. One thing I'm thinking of is if I can take these three bases quickly and before he can retaliate, because I have no idea where his carriers are. They could all be right here. Honestly, they could be right here and under our nose. Like all those tankers could be carriers, or the CSs could be carriers. He could have carriers in any of these, and we're just misinterpreting our what we're seeing. So once I attack any of these three or all of them, he could just jump out here and hit us hard. Um, so I want to make sure my ducks are in a row. I'll have some make sure my P-38s are here ready to fly cover. Whatever fighters can go here, that's six. That's not bad. Whatever fighters can be stationed here and cover Kafiang. Whatever fighters can be stationed here and cover Madang. I think I'll take advantage. And then we'll have the CVEs that we have. We'll go in, and I'll have the carriers parked off, ready to retaliate against a KB incursion. That's going to be epic, probably, and that's some kind of epic showdown. But if we can have a lot of fighters, we can shoot down his aircraft and then launch our counter strike. Okay, on to the crazy Burma campaign. I withdrew a bunch of troops from here, and I just thought of something, by the way. I should keep these guys in strategic mode. I think that's weird. Maybe it sounds weird, but the reason being because, and I can still upgrade, do whatever I need to have the troops in the position, the proper upgrade and whatnot. That's kind of why I moved them back here, is to get them reinforced and upgraded. Um, why don't I rebuild this? Yeah, I probably shouldn't have chosen this one to be overly strong. But I'm going to put this in strategic mode as well. Because what I'll probably do is if I see him start to move this way, I have nothing to hold this. And while we got level 4 fortifications, we don't have any troops. I mean, 86 assault value. But if I have these guys in strategic move mode, I already forgot, I already forgot where they were. These two Indian divisions in strategic move mode, ready to go. We can just rail them down here um, at the drop of a hat while he's marching a slow path across. Um, Come to think of it, marching here is really slow work. So we probably do not have to be in strategic mode to do that. We can flip them, even if it takes 3 days to do strategic mode and then rail down here, that's on the fourth day, then there's no way he'll only take 4 days to, well, actually he might. That's a road all the way across. Never mind. All right. Um, and again, we're just trying to beat up these bases, and he's rebuilding them as fast as we can damage them. I'm gonna have to target Pegu soon, but I think I'm gonna do one more raid at Rangoon, and I'm gonna do a raid here at Tavoy tomorrow. I mean today, the first. That is. We're gonna have to get rid of, these aircraft are gonna have to run away again, um, because we got our we got beat up. Let's just say that. And um, yeah, so we're gonna have to run away again and rebuild, come back and fight another day. Um, yeah, I'm disappointed, but hey, it was a 1-to-1 ratio with experienced Japanese pilots. So actually, I will take a win on that. All right, I'm gonna kind of end it here. I've I was kind of hoping to do a shorter synopsis today, and went a little bit past what I was gonna do anyway, but that's fine. Hopefully, it was educational or entertaining. Um, whatever you're here to observe for. I hope you're satisfied. And I'll be back next time. We'll talk about May 1, jumping into a new month, and hoping to keep upgrading, uh, getting better aircraft and equipment, and um, push forward, continue our offensives in the South, Central, Pacifics, as well as the Southeast Asian theater. But until next time, I hope you all have a good rest of your day and take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye.